Bubba Wallace has certainly been in the headlines for NASCAR over the past week after he intentionally wrecked Kyle Larson and then proceeded to go over, push him into his car, and continue to shove, even though Kyle Larson showed no signs that he wanted any part of a fight with Bubba Wallace. But this isn't a surprise. This is what we've seen from Bubba Wallace consistently. A guy who talks way better than he drives. A guy who constantly is trying to play the victim. And that's exactly what he tried to do last week. Until he got called out, until he realized that nearly everybody in NASCAR thought he was the problem. He was talking a big game. He intentionally, even more so, went after Kyle Larson in his post-race interview. Until he realized, well, I probably need to give a fake apology for this so that NASCAR can justify not suspending me very much. And certainly NASCAR was under a lot of criticism for only suspending Bubba Wallace 1 week. That's it. Bubba Wallace only got 1 week suspension after what he did. And now Bubba Wallace on last Sunday's race again made it about himself. Bubba Wallace left to watch eat humble pie while serving his suspension. Around the time that NASCAR drivers at Homestead were getting into their cars for Sunday's race, Bubba Wallace was having lunch. His selection, humble pie. Here's Bubba Wallace just at DoorDash some humble pie for lunch today. This is after he gave a fake apology, after he did what they thought the bare minimum he needed to do, put out some fake bullshit PR statement instead of actually getting in front of the camera like a man and apologizing. Ready to sit back and help 23XI Racing get it done today because, of course, he was not able to race. Somebody else was racing in his car. This is all while Denny Hamlin is trying to qualify for a playoff spot. Not secured, although he is sitting in a decent position. I think he's the number 5 position right now. But Bubba Wallace sitting there and watching, tweeting out as his legs are crossed, as he's watching all the rest of his teammates have to pick up the slack after he's been suspended. Well, as all of this happens, Kyle Larson, the guy that Bubba Wallace ran into the wall, well, the guy that Bubba Wallace took out and ended up running him into the wall, the guy that Bubba Wallace shoved repeatedly. Yeah, Kyle Larson actually won this race following a week of controversy. Kyle Larson dominates at Homestead, Miami, 1 week after the Bubba Wallace incident. Larson is still in the battle for the owner's title. Kyle Larson turned up to victory lane on Sunday 1 week after he was wrecked by Bubba Wallace in a retaliatory move, and was on the receiving end of the driver's frustrations. Larson came to Homestead and dominated. He led 199 of the 267 laps and held off Ross Chastain at the end to pick up the victory. He won Stage 1 and Stage 2. While the defending NASCAR Cup champ will not be able to win the title again, he can still pick up a victory for the Hendrick Motorsports team. So after all of that, Kyle Larson ends up actually winning the next week, while Bubba Wallace sits there once again saying, some humble pie, guys, I regret my actions so much. Well, NASCAR gives him a little slap on the wrist. For anybody else, would have been a way bigger suspension. But for social justice Bubba Smollett, no, it's just going to be one fucking race. What a joke. A lot of NASCAR fans are still very pissed about this entire situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.